guys, it's Zach from Car Culture. Just doing a little video on my personal build with my turbo Miata that me and Roman have the turbo build off going on right now. Anyways, just giving a little more specific details about our builds. So for my build, it's a 1990 Mazda Miata. Has a 1.6 liter, has about 83,000 miles on the clock. We bought it about a year ago. Me and Roman were looking at a Miata when he was about to sell one of his 350Zs, and this one came up and it was turbocharged. And it came with an old Cartec slash Veggie Racing with Bell Engineering, known today. It was an FMU setup with the stock ECU and all that, and it ran okay when it wasn't just the closed loop, I believe that's what it's called, when the car wasn't heated up all the way or up to operating temperature, and it worked fine. But then once it open loop, which means the oxygen sensor and all that stuff was reading actual readings, it just ran like crap. Turns out that every single turbo kit was, or every turbo part like manifold, intercooler, downpipe, all that stuff was cracked or it was broken. So being cast manifold, it wasn't repairable. So what I decided to do is I wanted to do my own build, personal build, what I would personally want to do out of a turbo Miata. So my intentions for this car is to become an autocross, maybe light track car, and then of course a daily driver as well. So my balance between race car mods and daily drivable suitable mods is kind of in consideration when I'm doing most of this build. Specifically for the build, for the turbo I use Flying Miata prefab kit. It would be a prefab kit that's local. Some guy I know that autocrosses with me, he's deciding to go an actually aspirated route, so he's going to sell his whole entire kit with an exhaust, intercooler, all the hardware and everything, basically just to bolt it on. The turbo kit that he has is with the GT 2554R turbo. That's one of the smaller turbos that Flying Miata offers, which means it's more of a responsive turbo, which would be awesome for autocross and daily driving. So that'll be the setup that for turbo I'm doing. For ECU, I'm planning to do an Adtronic ECU. I got a really good deal local. The actual authorized dealer knows one of his customers that was upgrading his ECU, and he was willing to sell his old one, which was plug and play for the Miata. So I got that for like $400, which was very cheap for the ECU that model. For the next parts I'm planning on doing is mainly concentrating on light, like I said, light track, autocross, and street. So I want it not to be rough, but I want good suspension. My other Miata that had some Bilstein shocks with Racing Beat springs. These have stock struts and then some form of spring. I'm not sure exactly what brand, but they're more of a progressive and condensed spring, so they might be a little better than the Racing Beat spring. I also have Racing Beat or whatever aftermarket sway bars are on this thing. I'm just going to decide based on looks. I'm not going to really be picky and figure out if they're tubular or solid, whatever. Any parts, like I said too, or Roman said, is that any parts that I don't need, like, if I don't need the Racing Speed springs, and then I'm going to sell them to Roman just to help his build keep it cheaper. So that'd be nice for him. Other mods I've done previously before I bought this car onto my other Miata was I did a hard dog roll bar. I bought that brand new. It was probably one of the, like we said in the best mods video too, is it is very important, to be honest, because the Miata isn't a very structural car when it flips over, so having a roll bar helps a lot. I don't know if you can see in the frame, but I have some Aventi Storm S1 racing wheels. They're only about 10.5 pounds at the 15x7 sizes, which I have. I have a 205 50/15 tire. I'm just running some cheap Kumus off eBay. Basically, right after I'm done with this video, I got the car in the garage, I got the heater, I got all new lighting. So basically what I'm going to end up doing is kind of a progressive build, kind of keep it slow, but make sure I'm having good progress at the same time. So I'm kind of doing parts series here. I'm not going to just say specifically, oh, this is going to happen, this is going to happen, because time and money are very good factors in any type of build. You should know that. But the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take out the engine transmission. I got all new gaskets, so basically it's going to be a reseal for engine transmission, new timing belt, new timing chain, or not timing chain, water pump. Every gasket, like I said, fix any leaks, so I'm not have to worry about that once the turbo comes out. And then I'm going to drill out the oil pan. Since it's right there, it's easier to do out of the car. I'm going to buy a Flying Miata half meal clutch. Since it's out, the engine and transmission will be out, might as well do that. I'm going to do the 10.3 pound lightweight flywheel. So running naturally sprayed would be pretty fun with that. So like I said, I'm going to put everything in there, make sure everything's good, and then also do a coolant reroute. There's a DIY from like, I forget the name, like Rev Limiter I believe is the name. He has a really easy setup or write up on how to do it yourself coolant reroute. And then basically that. So once everything's ready to go back in, I'm going to put the engine in, make sure everything's working good. Once I did the reseal and all that stuff is fine, then I'm going to go on to moving into plugging in my aftermarket ECU. Like I said again, the guy that runs Adtronic ECU in North America, he lives not too far away and he runs autocross locally, so he's going to help me tune that on a base map. Once that's all set up, wideband will be in as well. I'm going to probably go buy that turbo kit and then wait there, make sure I don't have to do anything else, because the biggest thing I want to do is make sure everything is ready before I do a turbo kit, because I don't want to do that and then say, oh crap, I need to buy something else. So hopefully it won't take too long, but I'm not going to rush into it either. So that's my turbo build. I probably left out a few important things, but if you guys have any questions, please message us, comment below, or whatever you want to do. If you want to check out our Instagram, it's the same thing as our YouTube channel, Minnesota Car Culture, as well as our Facebook, which is the same thing, Minnesota Car Culture. We do a lot of Instagram photos, so today I'll probably be posting hourly photos or something of my build and see what I'm up to. Other than that, thanks for watching.